Would you please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Lithonia High School NJROTC Color Guard and the singing of the national anthem. You may be seated. Thank you. Good morning. I am Keone Rowe, Lithonia High School Senior Class President. As I stand before you and scan the crowd around us, my heart beats with anticipation. My eyes are wide with excitement, and I can barely contain the joy. I am happy that you have joined me and my fellow graduates as we celebrate our accomplishments. Welcome to our distinguished guests, Region 3 Superintendent Dr. Sean Tarp, District 7 School Board Member Dr. Joyce Morley, and other esteemed members of the DeKalb County School District. To our administrators, family, special friends, and even our virtual guests, we extend a special welcome to you all. Class of 2022, we made it! Throughout our time at Lithonia High School, we have experienced several challenges. Although the pandemic limited our opportunity to experience sophomore and junior year to its fullest potential, we were able to maximize our time together this past year. As your senior class president, it was an honor to serve you through it all. As you prepare for the next chapter in your book of life, remember the qualities and characteristics of your time acquired at Lithonia High School. You are the author of your story. Do not apologize for being you and pursuing your dreams. Instead, take control and live your dreams. Do not let anyone or anything hold you back. You have the power to create your narrative. So believe in yourself, live your best life, and treat yourself like the limited edition you are. We will follow the graduation ceremony as printed in your programs. Next, we will have a formal introduction of our salutatorian and valedictorian by Wallace Whitaker III, our NJROTC Cadet Commanding Officer. After the salutatorian address, we will have a musical tribute dedicated to the class of 2022 by Mrs. Brown, our LHS teacher. Thank you.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to introduce both Valedictorian and Salutatorian for the class of 2022. Our Valedictorian, Ryan Guillory Jr., considers himself a determined, hardworking, and compassionate individual who wants nothing more than to bring a smile to the faces of the people he encounters daily. As an executive member of the Men of Distinction, his hidden talent is providing excellent graphic designs for the organization and many other clients. He has never allowed his speech impediment to hinder his success. Instead, he walks through life focused on what matters. After high school, he plans to attend Georgia State University and major in computer science. Congratulations, Ryan. Jamise Platt, our salutatorian, has participated in numerous clubs, with her most impactful being Beta Club, as it has taught her the importance of giving back to the less fortunate. She considers herself introverted, motivated, and reliable, and will call herself a glass half full, always wanting to strive for more and look at the bright side of life. She credits her family and her best friends, Victoria and Zanaya, for helping her to overcome the most challenging days of high school. She plans to attend the University of Pittsburgh and major in psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jamise Platt.
Good morning, class of 2022. After learning that I would have to write a speech, I confess that I became hysterical at the thought of what to say and how to say it. For those that know me, which may not be many, I have always been proclaimed as the quiet kid in class, never saying much and walking rapidly through the halls. I know that some of you may be asking how I obtained the courage to stand in front of you today. I profess I am asking myself that same question. But I have realized that it is because I have something important to say, something that I believe will help you as you move into the next stages of your life. So here is what I have decided to voice. Fellow classmates, today is an extraordinary event in all of our lives. We have accomplished the first of numerous milestones, high school graduation. The importance of this occasion should not be ignored, as it is the inception of innumerable achievements for everyone here today, while also exhibiting your resilience and commitment. All of us here have travailed to acquire the high school diploma, the overture to what will be the rest of our lives, and the tool that will propel us into the windows of our futures. But do not allow graduation to be the final objective for you today. Allow it to be the impetus for a perpetuous future. Grant life the power to take you to your unique unknown, wherever that unknown may be. Ultimately, life is a journey, not a destination. And through that journey, all the achievements we receive should be the foundation for another. This graduation should provide the starting point, projecting us into wherever our futures are meant to take us, whether in a career, a trade, or a school. I know that this may not be easy. I understand the feeling of isolation, the feeling that no one recognizes you or acknowledges you, the feeling that your back is against the wall and you cannot possibly go on. But you are not alone, and we are all on this journey of life together. Through all trials and tribulations, we have all made it this far, so why give up now? Nothing worthwhile is easy, and that includes making the most out of our futures. So, we do not give up on ourselves. We keep attempting more because we all have the power to achieve our dreams and because everyone sitting here today is worth it. And if you need motivation, use this day, May 20th, as your paradigm. This day has proven to us that anything can be acquired when we commit to it and strive for it. As we progress in life, let us take on each new obstacle with fortitude, knowing that we have achieved what some may consider the unachievable, and that we are equipped with the tools to push us forward in our journey. So when you have your high school diploma in hand, allow it to demonstrate who you are and who you will become, your distant past and your impending future, and all who choose to be in it. We have already taken the first steps into forever. Now it is time to begin our lives and begin our futures. So congratulations to all of you, and I hope you will exceed all your expectations in life. Thank you.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it. You're gonna walk it out and move mountains. We're gonna walk it out and move mountains. And now rise like the day, and now rise up. I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And now rise up, high like the waves, and now rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. Yeah. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. Bring it to his feet and move mountains. Hey. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, and I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, and I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, yeah, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we'll have each other. Oh, and for that we'll have each other. Yeah, yeah. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we will rise. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise In spite of the ache, I'll rise up. In spite of the pain, I'll rise up. And I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, yeah. Congratulations, 2022.
Just done? Good morning, everyone. This right here is truly a sight to behold. I hope all of our guests, far and near, had a pleasant journey to witness such an important event in our lives. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Ryan Guillory Jr., and I would like to start this by thanking my family. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for providing me with all the opportunities that I had, giving me your full support, and working so hard to provide for both me and my sister. Thank you to the most important person in my life, my sister, for always being there when I needed a shoulder to lean on and helping me through some of the toughest times of my life. Now, I would like to congratulate all my fellow seniors who have made it this far. It was truly a struggle, but you did it, and you deserve the utmost respect for that accomplishment. I might be the valedictorian, but in reality, I am no different than the rest of you. We all have our issues outside of school that make a hard school day even harder, but you did not let that hold you back from pursuing greatness. We all have diligently worked day in and day out in order to ensure we passed our classes and made it to our graduation. I hope one day we all can overcome these issues and become a better version of ourselves. It was only 4 years ago when we first stepped foot into Lithonia High School, not knowing what the future held for us, the highs and the lows, and where we might just end up. But you made it past all the deadlines, all the finals, all the tests, and all the homework. However, do not forget, this was just one of the many obstacles you will have to face and overcome in order to achieve greatness. While I might not know every single one of you, and you might not know me, that doesn't change the fact that I'm incredibly happy for your success and hope you live the happiest life you possibly can. And the same goes for our wonderful teachers and staff, who have worked harder than anyone else in order to bring us the best education we could get. And although it was a lot of work, and that work was hard, it was all for the betterment of us and our future selves. Thank you to the parents, guardians, families, and friends who have helped us get to this point. If it was not for your support, we really would not be here. Also, I would like to thank men of distinction and my brothers and mentors who have helped me in my senior year become a better man. While I was not with you long, you still showed me what working for the betterment of your community looks like, and I will always treasure that. Now, seniors, life is about to get real complicated and troublesome now that we're about to be out of high school. But don't let it break you or change you. Stay true to who you are and don't let your will be shattered. Your will to strive, your will to be better, your will to one day look up into the sky and say, I made it. So stay strong, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Ryan and Jamise, for those inspiring words. Good morning. Lithonia class of 2022, I am so proud of each and every one of you. It has been a pleasure to watch each of you reach this milestone in your life. You are a unique class. Through your matriculation, You are required to change your method of learning, social distance, reimagine, pivot, manage your stress, and while you're at it, push through a global pandemic. You have shown a tremendous amount of courage and resilience to get to your graduation day. For these reasons and more, you are indeed a special class. Let's give them a round of applause for their awesome accomplishments. On behalf of all of our graduates, I would like to recognize our distinguished guest in attendance this morning, Dr. Sean R. Tart, Regional Superintendent. Give him a round of applause for his continued support. I would like to extend a very special welcome to parents, guests, students, and my hardworking faculty and staff. We want to remind everyone that this is a very dignified ceremony, and we ask that all families, friends, and well-wishers continue to show reverence throughout this most auspicious occasion and govern yourselves accordingly. Finally, we ask that you give the undivided attention to Lithonia High School's class of 2022, and let's celebrate their monumental achievements. On behalf of the faculty and staff and administration of Lithonia High School, I am proud to present the academic summary of Lithonia High School's class of 2022. This class of 2022 has approximately 311 graduates that they've accomplished the following academically. 33% of graduates are eligible for the Hope Scholarship. 85% of graduates will attend a 2- or 4-year college or university. The class of 2022 has 55 superintendent scholars, 5 graduates with 4.0 GPA or higher. 15% have obtained national industry certification, giving them stackable credentials to enter the workforce. And 90% have completed a career or fine arts pathway. 5% will enter into the armed forces where they will pledge to defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Lithonia's class of 2022 has a Gates Scholar, a Fauci Scholar, a Navy Prep Scholar, a Morehouse NJROTC Scholar, a Premier Thinker Scholar, several Zell Miller Scholars, a Boy Scout of America Eagle Scout, and an Academy Sports Positive Athlete recipient. The class of 2022 received over $2.15 million in academic scholarships, over $1.8 million in athletic and band scholarships, totaling $3,950,000 in scholarships, and the dollars continue to rise. Outstanding job, class of 2022. Let's give them another round of applause. At this time, please join me in welcoming Dr. Sean R. Tart, Regional Superintendent, to the podium to certify the graduates.
Greetings and good morning to the faculty, staff, parents, grandparents, and the supporters of Lithonia High School, and to the awesome class of 2022. You made it. We certainly want to commend Ryan and Jamise and Ms. Brown, who opened the doors of Lithonia High School this morning with such a great song and speeches. Lithonia High School graduates, as you prepare to take this next step, remember to embrace your inner bulldog wherever you go. With these 7 points: 1, be relentless, stand your ground, embrace it wherever you go. Stay locked in on what counts. Give yourself permission to take a break, meaning that you can't be all things to all people. When tensions run high and emotions are running wild, just pause. One of my mentors said, just put a little ice on it. Calm the situation down before you respond. This next piece of advice, regardless of your age, is always sage advice. Remember to mind your business. Everybody's business is not your own. Last but certainly not least, dare to be great. Be the best of the very best and a cut above all the rest. Now it's time to seal the deal and make this real. As the Region 3 Superintendent and the proud alumni of Lithonia High School class of 94, it is my honor and esteemed privilege to certify that this class of 2022 at Lithonia High School have completed the requirements for graduation established by Cognia, the State Board of Education, the Georgia Accrediting Commission, and the DeKalb County Board of Education. Therefore, Dr. Morley, I request the release of the diplomas.
Good morning to the parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, friends, neighbors, teachers, staff members, Principal, Interim Superintendent Dr. Vassan Tinsley, and especially to the graduating class of 2022. I bring you greetings. But before I release the diplomas, I would like to share something with you that I wrote, especially for the class of 2022. It's titled A New Beginning. A new beginning doesn't mean forgetting or discarding your past. However, it does mean recognizing the role that the past has played in moving you to your present, while assessing the value in the here and now of catapulting you into the future. It's making room for positive change and growth with new attitudes as to why you do what you do when you do it. It's having a new mindset about success, happiness, self-acceptance, differences, as well as your seeming sense of entitlement at the expense of others, including your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, other relatives, your friends, and your neighbors. It's engaging in realms of self-acceptance, self-respect, and respect for and from others at any cost. A new beginning doesn't mean killing off the ideals, beliefs, and dreams of others to attain your own dreams. It means engaging in self-discipline, self-awareness, and not throwing stones at someone else's house while you're living in a glass house. It's recognizing that when you point a finger at someone else, there are always 4 fingers pointing back at you. It's not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's determining and that you are going to be a part of an asset. And it's determining an asset from a liability. It's recognizing that honesty should be the norm and not the exception. It's defining transparency, not by your own definition of self-truth or what fits for today or what you believe someone else wants to hear. It's remembering the words of the late Congressman John Lewis, and you all know that this is one of my most favorite passage. And the late Congressman John Lewis said, when you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up. You have to say something. You have to do something. A new beginning is accepting others for who they are and not engaging in efforts to develop carbon copies of you. Recognizing that all people are important and all deserve to have the best of what God has created. It's recognizing that either you finally stand for something or you will keep falling for anything, even though you know it's not right or true. Engaging in a new beginning is like driving a car. It's finally recognizing that the windshield is for you to see the larger, unobstructed view of what your purpose truly is, as well as who you truly are and who you're truly serving in the present, in preparation for your future. Recognizing that the side view mirrors are for you to become more aware of the issues that are facing you on every side, and they will be there no matter how far you go and where you are, which are closer than what they seem, such as an attempt to do away with public education, as well as the takeover of public education, not recognizing the importance of the children and not recognizing the importance of the paying teachers and other educators their full value and worth for the difficult work that they provide. It's recognizing that the trunk is designed to store other necessary tools to help you to effectively do the job for which you have been charged without selfishly and selectively looking others and locking them out to keep them from moving up while taking away their right to vote and a woman's right to choose. It's recognizing that the rearview mirror is just that, to occasionally glance and view those things, those people, those concepts, those mistakes, and other things from your past that you are truly, truly leaving behind without getting stuck and without forgetting their importance and relevancy to your present and your future. It's moving past your past as you step boldly into your future. A new beginning means helping others to learn how to think for themselves without trying to influence them as to what you think and what you believe. And finally, a new beginning means recognizing that the root word of freedom is free. Free to be you while allowing me to be me and others to be themselves. Recognizing that it is finally time for you to decide to stand for something new or to keep falling for the same old anything you have fallen for before, even though it doesn't fit anymore. It's finally coming to grips with the fact that to accomplish your goals effectively and successfully, you can no longer engage in competitions. You must instead engage in coalitions. I challenge you, class of 2022, to find and engage in a new beginning experience as you cross the other side of graduation, as you recognize that new beginnings aren't just for today, they are for a lifetime. On the basis of your certification, I accept your recommendation. The academic achievement of this class meets the course requirements as established by Cognia, the Georgia Board of Education, the Georgia Accrediting Commission, and the DeKalb Board of Education. As a representative of the DeKalb County Board of Education, I authorize the release and presentation of diplomas to the class of 2022 at Lithonia High School.
Huh?
You the reader?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they'll hand you the cards. You take the card from you. The microphone is on me.
Ready? Ryan Guillory Jr. Jamise Platt. Kiani Roll. Wallace Whitaker III. Justin Klein. Nicole Holly. Amaris Whitehead. Christopher Whitaker Jr. Ashton Tresvant. Victoria Smith. Devontae Pats Mack. Dashanique O'Brien. Rachel Nunez. Lim Livingston. Sanaya Lewis. Terrell Legree. Destiny King. Armani Holloway. Zion Board. Charles Good Jr. Rachel Francois. Tawana Evans. Williams Dickinson Nuguti. Isis DeGrew. Demarion Davis. Saray Crooks. Kayla Wise. John Covert. Tristy Cartrell. Chantel Buchanan. Shannon Brown. LaRoss Bryce. Jada Anderson. David Adesanya. Shania Adolph. Ashley Alexis Thomas. Danny Marino Aneska. Joseph Anthony Burks. Kayla Baker. Kenoy Baker. Lyndon Baker. Keontae Bolden. Geneva Banks. DeWyatt Barlow. Ari Barnes. Elijah Bell. Maria Bell. Jasmine Benson. Daniel Bibb. Takora Bigsby. Cameron Bowers. Akila Boyce. Adela Key Lauren. Lauren Adela Key. Austin Branch. Sanaya Broadhead. Jaquan Brooks. Haley Brown. Tatiana Brown. Jordan Bruce. Amari Birch. Kamaria Bussey. Alyssa Caldwell. Dedrick Carr II. Jamila Carty. Omar Cervantes Perez. Chase Champion. Shannon Shanu. Anderson Cole. Nakia Collins. Cartavius Cooper. Sherelle Cox. Terrence Crawford III. Johnny Cummins III. Terrell Daniel. Xavier Doherty Jr. Demaria Davison. Darius Davis. Jeremiah Davis. Tierra Davis. Tony Davis Jr. Wakivia Davis. What is your name? What's your name? Angelo Denard. Thomas Dennis Jr. Asana Dickerson. What you got? Michaela Dickerson. Lanaya Deal. Wesley Dodd. Larry Douglas. Kahari Drakes. Musa Kamara Jr. Isaiah Easley. Journey Edwards. Jeremiah Ellis. DeAndre Etienne. Azalea Evans. War Fiame. Kendra Fields. Tariq Fields. Marquel Folston. Tanaya Ford. Nikayla Foster. Quentin Freeman Jr. Kamara Fry. Kamara Fry. Brendan Galloway. Jesse Gomez. Christopher Gant. Darius Garrett. Michael Gary. Tayshawn Golson. Yep. Brandon Giles. Yep, that's you. Elijah DeTaldo. Rafael Gonzalez Barristain. Linnell Gooding. Dominique Gordon. Keshana Graham. Diamond Green. Kendall Green. Kyle Groves. Juan Gutierrez Ramirez. Kaya Hamlin. Dylan Hardiman. Jessica Harding. Brandon Harlan III. Imara Hopper. Amaya Harris. Contravion Harris. Mayla Harris. LaDasia Harrison. Michael Hawkins Jr. Miles Henderson. Zaria Henderson. Jaya Henry. Kayla Henry. Elkina Hill. Calvino Holmes. Robert Howard. Darian Hunter. Quincy Hunter. Cicely Jackson. Sanaya Jackson. Daniel Jamie. Hajane J. Song. That's it. Hainaya Jasim. Kayatu Jilo. Shalima James. Delino Jinjok. Amaria Johnson. Jamirical Johnson. Randy Johnson. Charles Jones Jr. Miracle Jones. Kimani Jupiter.
Muhammad Kamara. Jaden King. Jalen Kelly. Kamaya Kimes. McKee Kai King. Michael King Jr. Amaya Knight. Jade Lamberg. Danielle Latham. Selena Lawrence. Core Lee. Jameer Lewis. Demirio Little. Lyric Littlejohn. Jelena Locust. Anaya Loveday. Neema Luton. Makesia Madir. Danisha Midget. Trinity Millard. Kivonia Malloy. Jared Mansella Dianas. Kamora Martinez. Jada Mason. Kamanish Mason. Keyshawn McCoy. Tanaya McCrimmon. Dwayne McKenzie. Yavin McKinney. Nina McCoy. Kenneth McLaren. Got it? Kimani McLaren. Nicholas Minard. Kendrick Merritt. Devin Miller. Nicholas Moffitt. Paris Moon. Nevaeh Moore. Lawrence Morgan. Redanino Morgan. Anika Morris Nicholson. Savant Mosley. Taran Moss. Jada Murray. Jessica Musa. Raul Nunez. Jazz Osius. Taylor Officer Akram. Rokib Ogimawiki. Anthony Parker. Jalen Pollard. Patrice Ponanim. Zahira Pounds. Antonius Power. Darius Powers. Azaria Price. Kristen Reeves. Jaden Reed. Delani Richards. Corey Richardson. Alvin Ricketts Jr. Demetrius Robbins. Khalil Robinson. Luis Rodriguez. Angelo Rosa. Derek Ruffin Jr. Xander Ruiz. Roderick Sanders. Darius Sanders. Karen Santiago Dominguez. Naeem Sales. Dale Scott. Stylen Scott II. Takara Scurry. Kamari Shannon. Tania Shivers. Debrianna Simpson. Jalen Slaughter. Janaya Smith. Chandria Smith. Jeffrey Solas Pina. Whitney Solomon. Jeremiah St. Hilaire. Michaela Stallworth. Shanti Stevens. Jelani Stevens. Hayana Stewart. Jadan Stewart. Demetri Stone. Jabari Straker. Shamira Studevin. Kalia Studevin Washington. Allende Sutherland. Pruny Tamang. Michaela Tannis. Jeremiah Taylor. Matthew Taylor. Javier Tanner. Akimbria Thomas. Samson Thomas. Christian Tiller. Destiny Tippins. Antavia Titus. Arthur Tober III. Yesenia Tova Bravo. Tiana Tolliver. Kalia Trude. Allison Vault. Jose Vasquez Castellan. Jalen Verdejo. Abawini Wadiri. Ricky Walton III. Lakin Walker. Wally Washington Jr. Jesse Watts Jr. Jonte Weekly. Brianna Webb. Tayana Wilburn. Denaya Wheelhite. Amaya Williams. Anaya Williams. Curtis William Jr. You took too much time, Cole. Elijah Williams. Jamari Williams. Leonelle Williams. Michaela Williams. Adrian Williamson Brown. Angel Willingham. Charles Wyndham. Inaya Wood. Deasia Woods. Jamira Woodridge. Justin Worlds. Jamel Wright Jr. Tiani Yarnett. Eddie Sabango. Amari Zimmerman.
sit, please, Rose. Class of 2022, please rise. As your valedictorian, it is now my pleasure to lead the class in the tassel turning ceremony. As one, LHS!
We just graduated.